o'clock and 5 miles. We'll stay above you. That's why I need you a little bit lower. 16,000 is your altitude.
Copy, since I said just 647, yeah, we can start picking up about 20 and a half.
Denver approach, good morning, Sky 4768 is 22.6, descending via the Ski 250 with Julia.
Skywest 4768, Denver approach, plan of visual approach, runway 34 right and moderate turbulence all the way down.
34 right and roger, Sky 4768.
Southwest 2520, contact approach 123.85.
2385, Southwest 2520.
Final clear visual approach, runway 35 right.
Heading 320, join the visual, final approach for 35, yeah, at 267.
Moderate turbulence.
35 left, visual approach for United 604, copy the turbulence.
Skywest 5264, turn 15 degrees right for sequence, maintain 14,000.
15 right, 14,000, skies 5264.
Teak 776, turn 20 degrees left.
20 left, 776.
Southwest 2739, descend via the arrival. The altimeter is 295A.
Descend via the arrival, 35 left, Southwest 2739.
Skywest 5264, reduce speed to 210.
210, skywest 5264.
Approach on 123.85 today.
3.317 degree to France, United 267 today.
Frontier 623, turn right heading 260.
Right, heading 260, Frontier 623.
Skywest 5264, reduce speed to 210 for the investigation. Fatigue 776, maintain maximum forward speed, contact approach 123.85.
1385, that's forward.
Skies 5264, need a little bit more of the heading, a heading of 120.
Heading 120, skies 5264.
Skies 5264, maintain 14,000. Traffic at your 1 o'clock and 5 miles. You'll follow at 13,000 to Pilotis.
14,000, skies 5264.
Southwest 2739, turn right, heading up 110, vector final, maintain 13,000.
3,000 right, 110, South 2739. We're getting some pretty bad turbulence here.
Maintain 210 knots.
Time on the arrival, and you plan visual for 2348.
34X goes 5123.
United 2151, descend and maintain 12,000.
Descend and maintain 12,000, United 2151, and a lot better here at 13 than it was up there. Looks like the winds dropped off about 40 knots.
What altitude did you say United 2151?
As we hit 13, we just started getting just a little occasional light chop.
Sorry, Roger. United 2151, just descend to 12,000 and cross IMOM at 11,000. The speed is your discretion whenever you want to slow.
Okay, down to 12,000, top discretion 11,000, speed our discretion United 2151. I'm sorry, it was 12,000 then 11,000. Speed our discretion 2151.
As I'm heading, okay, with 4640.
Here from and 333, Frontier 623.
There was reports that down lower was getting bad again, but just cross IMOM at 11,000 and 210 knots, please.
210, 11,000 at high mom, United 2151.
Thank you.
Southwest 2739. Clear visual, Southwest 250.
Approaching United 2151.
Got 5123, moderate turbulence. It looks like it's getting worse, so it's starting a little bit higher. So just below flight level 180 should start. Get better at about 13,000.
Appreciate it, Force Gas 5123.
3711, normal speed. November 0, Papa Charlie, contact the first on 120.8. Have a good day.
20.8, 0, Papa Charlie.
United 2151, that traffic is 1 o'clock now. 2 miles should be no factor. Contact the first 123.85. Have a good day.
2385, United 2151.
Down to 8,000, Frontier 607.
Approach 500 Papa Charlie with you 12-6, descending via the Lago 3, we have Kilo.
Gulfstream 500 Papa Charlie, roger. Traffic departing Denver 7 for 10 eastbound.
Look at
200 knots for United 604.
Southwest 2739, I'll have lower for you shortly.
Southwest 2739.
Southwest 4036, 170 knots to France, connect tower 133.3 a day.
170 to France, 33.3, Southwest 4036.
traffic is 0 Papa Charlie.
Roger.
180 and continue pretty much all the way down. At about 13,000 it's going to improve, and then light to moderate chop below that.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Skywest 5632.
Denver approach, Skywest 5088, descending out of flight level 243 on the AL3 RNAV. Public speeds after AL, and we've got kilo.
Skywest 5088, Denver approach, Denver altimeter 205, 8-point visual approach, runway 35 right. What is your current speed?
35 right and 279, Skywest 5088.
Skywest 5088, roger. Maintain 280 knots. You can delete the speeds on the arrival until advised.
280 knots, public speed, Skywest 5088.
Skywest 5344, maintain 280 knots or greater until advised, just for some spacing, please.
Roger that, 280 or better, so you tell us, Skywest 5344.
And if in that northeast gate for Skywest 5344, Skywest 5088, if the ride is deteriorating, just let me know so far. That's just been light top up there.
Heading vector final.
Present heading vector for final, United 604.
Skywest 4768, contact approach 123.85.
Kilo 35 left.
123.85, Skywest 47.
United 604, turn 10 degrees to the right.
10 right, United 604.
Skywest 4640, contact approach 120.8.
The Franz, contact tower 133.3.
170 to France, 33.3, Frontier 607. Good day.
Have a nice day.
And approach grade Skywest 4640, 13,000 to 10 on a feet.
Skywest 4640, approach roger, flight heading 290, descend and maintain 10,000.
290, descend and maintain 10,000, Skywest 4640.
Southwest 2513, airport 2 to 3 o'clock, 10 miles.
Airport's in sight for Southwest 2513.
Southwest 2513, turn right heading 325, join final cleared visual approach runway 35 right.
Heading 325, adjoining final, cleared for the visual, 35 right, Southwest 2513.
464, we'll take a Lima Charlie.
Central aircraft Lima is now current at Denver, Denver altimeter 295.
Approach United 604, checking in, leaving 14,000, descending 13,000, assigned speed 190.
Expect the visual approach. If anything changes, I'll let you know as you get close.
Okay, sounds good, 9454, thanks.
080, left turn, United 2151.
Left hand 120, 3 miles from Muncie, Cypress Food, no separate search provided.
325.
Roger, I'm heading 325, Skywest 4630.
Gulfstream 500, Papa Charlie, turn right heading 260, descend and maintain 8,000.
260, 8,000, 0 Papa Charlie.
Southwest 2513, 170 knots to France, contact tower 133.3.
170 till Franz, and what was that frequency again?
33.3.
33.3, so on.
Approach Southwest 172, 247, descending via the ski 3 landing north, Juliet.
Southwest 172, Denver approach plan, visual approach runway 35 left, moderate turbulence all the way down.
Roger, plan 35 left, Southwest 170.
172, information Lima current.
We'll get Lima for us, Southwest 170.
QC Alpha, turn near QC the minute out, heading 130 to join.
4.
Denver Center 125.9.
160 knots, cleared to visual approach, 35 left, status 5264.
Gulfstream 500, Papa Charlie, airport 2 o'clock, 10 miles.
At the right side of the site, 0 Papa Charlie.
0 Papa Charlie, turn right heading 325 to join final cleared visual approach runway 35 right.
325 to join clip of the visual, 35 right, 0 Papa Charlie.
United 2151.
2739, still on a Medicare. Descending via Nix 3.
Air Mexico 658, Denver approach plan, visual approach runway 35 left, information Lima current.
Planning visual to runway 35 left, and we have Kilo, we'll check out Lima. 658.
Plus 172, we have Lima.
2739.
The France, contact tower 133.3, good day.
17 France, 333, with France, 0 Papa Charlie.
Skywest 4640, airport 12 to 1 o'clock, 20 miles.
Inside, Skywest 4640.
4640, thank you. Present heading join final cleared visual approach runway 35 right.
Present heading to final clear visual approach, runway 35 right, Skywest.
right, here we are. Let's go ahead and get our fuel, get the IFR flight plan filed, check the weather, so on and so forth. All right, so Half Moon Bay and Little River. All right, Half Moon Bay, snow clouds. A few clouds at 3,000 around the San Francisco area. So we'll do the IFR when we're holding short, and then we'll just do VFR to the first waypoint. So I don't think I have to do an ODP. We'll see what the conditions are when we take off. We'll plan the ODP, but might not have to do the whole thing. And Little River is winds favoring 29, which is a RNAV approach anyway. And we're up here, so it's like the base. It's pretty 6,000. Overcast at 10, so we're definitely doing IFR because we're doing at flight level 200 anyway. So anything above 180 is IFR anyhow. We're doing Half Moon Bay, Little River. This is our route, so we're going to start at Oakland. Up the coast. Looks like some rain, spotted rain showers, but we got weather radar too on board, so we'll be all right. Okay. Let me see. Let's just get this filed. .3011 for altimeter. 3011. We're going to use 12 ODP. Little River is light winds. Look what's out, guys. No, it's not out yet. I was thinking the 737 would have been out yet. Oh well, not out yet. I'll check back at the end of the stream, see if it's out yet then. I know they're going to release it different parts of the world, I guess. Alright, so we'll get that filed and be on our way. Forgot to file it. Let me file that real fast. Alright, Oakland, November 1399. We're saying off, flight level 200. file that away. And there's one thing I want to do. Alrighty. I'll do that manually for the flight fuel. And let's remove the tie downs. We'll add some stairs. So fuel, I'm just going to add these up real fast because I don't load all of it. So I want 601, and 214 and 525 and 200, plus I have almost 100 gallons in auxiliary anyway. So take that divided by 6.5. That's 236 times 0.5 is 118. So that'd be 118 per wing here. What did I say? 118. 118. 118. That's moving on up there pretty fast. 18. Close enough. Over here, check the fuel. Looking for water in the fuel, other contaminants and such. Check the oils. Come over here. Add some gasoline to this side. Ground so we don't spark. And kill everybody. Don't need no fires. No fires. Feels good. I'll add the ground power unit. believe that door's shut. Okay, so walk around is good. Guess we'll get stuff cranked on here. Alright, we got external power. Batteries 22. Bring on the power. External power is blinking, so we'll go ahead and connect that. Let's set up our quadrant for start here. Oh, and incidentally, I found that having these props in a forward position before you take the covers off screws up some of the checks. So make sure everything is down until you take off the covers. All right, so we should be 28 across the board, which is the Gentai. Do a bus test at Gentai lights and our reset. That is good. We're gonna do nav, tail, seat belts. Give them people a call. Tell them to bring out our passengers. Because we be getting ready. We're gonna do some fire suppression testing here. Fuel's good. I'll turn on the pumps so we can simulate fuel cutoff. All right, so that cut off the left side, at which point we could do the extinguisher. All right. So that cuts off the fuel, and then once you cut off the fuel, you can hit the bottle, hit the pipe, whatever you want to hit. Come down here, we got O2. Make sure these masks work. Put that back. Oxygen is good. Oxygen is 100%. All right, those are good. Check our fire lights. Fire lights are working. Battery bus up position. Engine anti-ice on for ground operations. Van brought out our passengers. We're just going to Little River, so we don't have a whole lot of peeps. So we're just going to do 3/4. So our passengers are on board. Emergency exit lights are working. Can't get an FAA ticket here, guys. Cannot do it. Cargo is secure. Those lights are on. All tables are down, stowed. Go ahead and close them off. Don't need these steps out here anymore. I'll do beacon light. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Coast Pilot, 80, howdy from Portland. Hey, buddy. Close to Portland today. If you're around, try to be around for the landing. I've got a surprise planned. But if you're busy, that's all right. You can watch the vlog later. Always nice to have you drop by for sure. All right, let's get this engine started. So, I'm gonna do left, 16, low idle. Check for hot start, hung start. Oil pressure is in the green. Got rotation, ITT capped out at 620, nice cool. Starter off and go full power. And we're gonna release the external power. GPU guy could go away and reset Gen 1. So now we got no external and 28 volts left gen, so we can use left gen to start right engine. Now that that guy is gone and out of the way. Low idle. Check an ITT. Hot start. Check for hot start, hung start. Oil pressure's in the green. ITT's nice and cool on that one as well. Above 50 on the turbine. Starter can come off, otherwise these gens will not work. So we're gonna reset, reset. Bring our props down to equal. And we got 28 across the board, leave it on triple fed. And you've been, Coast Pilot says, it's been flying this plane more in the world, flying doctor service livery, like the PBS show. Oh, that's cool. Awesome. I think you'll enjoy my surprise at the end then, since you've been flying this. Happy PMDG release day. I agree, 7 Lima. I just checked the website before we jumped in the cockpit to see if it was live yet, and it's not showing up for me as available. I'm assuming they're doing like a staging, like probably by like IP address. So, you know, I'm kind of I'm in Central Time, so it might come available for you before me, maybe by like an hour or two. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into that. I've been watching many videos and still working on my checklist. Once I have a working checklist done, well, while I'm working on a checklist, like I'm gonna download it, and then I'm not gonna even try to fly it or anything like that. I'm gonna jump in the cockpit. I'm gonna get all my controls set up the best I can, get it figured out, set up my states, and just make sure everything seems to be working properly. And then once I have a checklist down, then I'll fly it offline once. I'm not going to stream. Once or twice offline until I can do a typical ILS landing. And then I'll do a VATSIM flight, and then I'll move it to PilotEdge. So that's the progression that I'm looking to do with it. But yeah, man, that should release today. I haven't heard anything different. PMDG day for sure. Alright, we got Genti lights. Reset. I don't know why I'm getting mouse stutters. Sometimes it does that. Alright, P delta is all good. So we're going to check our bleeds. Need 11 psi per bleed. So we got 11 and 11. 2 good bleeds. Put the environment to auto. Get things cooled off in here. Gyro and pneumatic pressure is fine. So we are ready to power up some avionics. So we need inverters. So we'll flip those on, which will extinguish these lights. And then EFIS, which are these. And then avionics master. And Rodidios. In Coast Pilot, do you use the GTN 750 as well with this plane? Or if you like this mod, I can get you a link to this mod that keeps the Collins radios. That way you can store multiple frequencies, which is kind of cool. It doesn't store forever, just during a session. Let's see, 122.2 is our overlaying phone call. And we've got Half Moon Bay, elevation 63. We'll need that. Get AWAS 127. Monitor that 127.27.
Half Moon Bay weather. Wind 240 at 7.
3009.
Sky clear. Temperature 2.5. Altimeter 3009.
240 at 7. That's fine. And the PMDG has come a long way. 7 Lima Yankee says, my first ever payware for any flight sim was a 737 in FS 2004. Oh, wow. Now, was the, I've been watching the videos on how to program the FMS because I'm not very versed with Boeing-ism stuff. So I'm like literally having to learn this PMDG FMS stuff, like not from scratch. I mean, a lot of it's kind of, universal amongst how you enter stuff in, pick the runway to give you the available SIDS and stars and such. So that's all pretty the same. But I'm curious if was the FMS like as precise back in the early days? Like, did they actually have a working study level FMS for FS 2004? Or was it more generic, like an X-plane generic FMS, which in those days still would have been really good back in those days? Just curious, because I didn't really get into this flight simming stuff until X-Plane 11 was out, probably a year or two before I started getting into the GA stuff. Prior to that, I was DCS mostly. Alright, the elevation, Half Moon Bay was 66, right on the money there. We're monitoring NorCal, and Unicom is 122.8. Check the autopilot lights. Trim for takeoff. And 7 Limiak, it says it was very detailed, full STIDs and STIDs. I'm combining them. SIDs and stars with LNAV and VNAV. LNAV and VNAV. Well, that's pretty impressive to have VNAV back in those days. I would have thought you would just had to step down and handle the stars, manually, kind of like how I do in the King Air for that example. The PMDG 737 and the Level D 767 were the creme de la creme aircraft. Huh. I've heard of Level D. What do you think of the price point? Did you happen to read the forums on PMDG about everybody bitching about the cost per release? I mean, it's ridiculous. The people are bitching about $70. I'm like, X-Plane, any airliner that's considered a quote study level is like $85. I mean, the MD-11 was released and for $83 and some odd change, and like everything was broken. So, and that was almost $85. And here people are complaining about, you know, a release that appears to be pretty darn stable for $70. But I think they just don't know how this little niche flight sim community goes. Like they're just bitching to bitch. So much entitlement these days. It's crazy. But yeah, that's cool. I did not know. Do a little left aileron. And we can turn on the coffee maker. Dim the cabin light for the passengers. All idiot lights are working. Slave to gyros. We'll get our clearance on a little. Actually, I'll get to clearance now. So we monitor that. Probably need about 15 minutes to get out of here. You paid roughly $130 for the 777. $70 is nothing. That, you know, that's what I was saying. I'm like, why is so many people like the biggest thing that I saw was that people were complaining that if they want the 700 and the 800 that they have to pay, you know, $140 or whatever the price may be. Like the 800 might even be a little bit more than $70, but it's more work. There's more textures. So I get that, you know, and in most cases, and I totally agree with PMDG's philosophy on this. In most cases, people just want one of the types, you know, and fly that strictly. And I tell you right now, the only version I'm going to be flying out of that is the first one that gets released. I'm going to be using the BBJ, the business jet. That's the only thing I'm going to be. I have any interest right now. That could change, but right now, the only interest I have is the BBJ because I'm only interested in the cockpit and the systems. The cockpit's the same on every single one. So I don't understand why people feel this necessity to own the same airplane 6 times. I don't understand it. Like, I have a lot of Airbuses, but they're all different, you know, in many different ways. I can point out differences in all the Airbuses. Like the A350 is a totally different FMS, McDo, or whatever you want to call it. So I don't get it. I don't get why people complain about it, but I just don't think they're used to it. I think these are mostly like just people just now getting into it and they don't understand the amount of work that goes into making something like that and all the setbacks that PMDG had, you know, developing this Boeing 737, just, you know, trying to work through Microsoft and Asobo, trying to get their sim to work so they can actually push out this type of level of airplane is just insane amount of work. Like he even said he wanted it done in like 18 months or something, or maybe not that long, but it's taken 2 years. Maybe it was 10. I can't remember what he said now. I know it wasn't very long that he thought he was going to have it done. All right, let me, I don't think I'm online. Yeah, that would probably help. Hang on.
Connected to PilotEdge.
Sorry, I just don't want my email showing. And I have to fix that, of course. That should fix itself. Okay, that's gonna be a pain in the butt, apparently. and get this to work. Why is it not working? That's the only bad thing with this GTN. It messes up the screen. That's why I don't like doing that back and forth stuff with this mod. Uses that window. All right, I'm online now, so we'll give it a minute and see if anyone says anything. I filed the flight plan, I think. Let me see if that's showing up. Oakland, Victor 107. Okay, I can hear him. Give me a decent TBM Cirrus King Air and goodbye P3D for me. So you don't use X-Plane at all, do you? Like your P3D, no, you do have X-Plane, don't you? I know P3D has been your primary, but it sounds like you're slowly moving over to Microsoft Flight Sim as your primary. I think X-Plane 12 is going to be my primary, and Microsoft will be my secondary. DCS will become my third dairy. All right, where are we at? We are Half Moon Bay. We're going to Little River. And I'm gonna have to get an altitude, a departure, and a squawk. So this 122.2 is a simulated phone call to the overlying Tricon. Good afternoon, NorCal. Departure, King Air 1399 on the ground, Half Moon Bay. Looking for IFR to Little River.
Number 139er, NorCal departure on request, stand by.
Mr. Marky Mark in the house. You fly X-Plane 11 only for the Challenger. Oh yeah, the Hot Start Challenger 650 and the Torque Sim SR20. Now, don't you have a friend in real life that flies an SR something or something similar to that in real life up there in Boston? But yeah, I can see why you're using X-Plane for the Challenger. That really is an awesome plane. I probably will end up getting it at some point. That Falcon 8X is on my radar as well. Man, I got so many planes I'm looking at now. I still haven't bought the Cessna 310. For Microsoft. I'm not sure what the altitude is. He's going to give me. Let's do a auto ignition check while he's looking up flight plan stuff. So you see these lights extinguish, which they did. We'll do
139er. Full route clearance cleared to Little River Airport via Woodside VOR, Oscar Sierra India. Victor 87, Skaggs Island, VOR Sierra Golf Delta. Victor 108, Rosa, Romeo, Oscar, Zulu, Zulu, Alpha. Then Victor 494, Mendocino VOR, Echo November India. And then direct. Maintain 4,000. Expect flight level 200 within 5 minutes. NorCal on 135.1. Squawk 3066. Hold for release.
okay. Cleared to Little River via the Woodside VOR, and then you're gonna have to repeat the instruction between that and Sierra Golf Delta. Then join Victor 108 to Rosa. to Victor 494 to Echo November Echo Direct. Climb maintain 4000, expect 20015, departure 135.1, squawk 3066, hold for release 1399.
Number 80 Foxtrot, right turn at Alpha 2, Alpha to parking, this frequency is fine, have a good day.
And 6280 Foxtrot, Alpha 2, Alpha to parking, remain for this frequency, thanks, good day.
Kinger 1399er, the routing via Woodside VOR, Victor 87, Skaggs Island, Victor 108 to Rosa, and Victor 494 Mendocino, which is Echo November India, then direct, rest read back correct. Hold for release, just call back short of the runway, first line and ready.
I'm caught up now. Be Woodside, Victor 87, Skaggs Island, and Victor 108, Rosa, Victor 494 to Mendocino, and I'll call back number 1 for departure 1399. All right, so I didn't get what I filed at all. That's why you don't say request IFR to Little River as filed, because as you saw, you don't always get what you file. So I need to punch this in. So
Point clearance, Skyhawk 123 Papa Whiskey, IFR to Robert Plus Echo.
Last aircraft calling is unreadable. The microphone volume is just simply way too loud and distorting your voice.
OSI, airway, Victor 87, SG, Skaggs Island. From there, we're going to do another airway, which is 108. We'll take that to Rosa.
Centennial Ground, November 64464. At the GA ramp, ready for taxi with Juliet.
Number 464, which ramp again?
The GA ramp.
The entire airport's GA, so that doesn't help. What taxiway or intersection are you short of?
I don't see Rosa. Or, oh, ZZA.
464, Centennial Ground, runway 35 right, taxi via Alpha.
35 right via Alpha, Skyhawk 464.
Alright, so let me cheat and see. If that is a straight line on that
Point clearance,
airway.
123 Papa Whiskey, IFR to Bremerton with Echo.
Walker, it's radar, Roger.
And it is. So what I'll do is I will
stand by. Braid 0 Foxtrot, I know replays are
I'll
off.
cancel that.
First, okay?
Hey, thanks, sorry if I crashed something.
So,
just basically you're in violation of airspace, that's all. You just got to disconnect.
see, we'll just do manual RO.
123 Papa Whiskey, Boeing clearance, clear to
Z
Bremerton Airport, Kent 8, departure, expect radar vectors, Seattle VOR.
A
Direct Woomox, Whiskey Uniform Mike, Oscar, X-ray, then direct. Maintain 2000, expect 4000 within 5 minutes. Departure 120.4, squawk 3410.
I'm gonna need something else because Rosa's not in my nav data, so let me see.
Departure is, sorry, 13, I'll need departure again. And
let's see, Rosa to
123 Papa Whiskey, departure frequency 120.4, right back right.
120.4, Sky 3 Papa Whiskey.
Hopefully I can work this out. Yeah, you know what? Rosa is not in my database. So what can I use? Is there anything at Rosa that is close? Is there a VOR at Rosa? Just want to do an airway. I guess I could do it old school. I'm gonna have to do how in the hell? So I could do 29 miles and then do a direct from Skaggs Island. We could do 29 DME on yeah, I'm gonna do this is gonna be crazy, but I don't want to ask for a reroute, so I'll make it interesting. So we'll do 29 DME from Skaggs, and then so after that will be Victor 494 to ENE. So we're going to be flying this Slant Alpha most of the flight. God. All right, so I'm going to need VOR frequencies and all sorts of shit. All right, we're going to do this the hard way, guys. We're going to do this the hard way. So let's change screens. That way I won't bore you to death. So let me back this out. So we're stuck there at Rosa. So we're going to switch to could just tell him I'm not able, but what's the fun in that? Sky Vector shows Rosa is actually the Sonoma County Airport.
Skyhawk 123 Papa Whiskey at Galvin, taxi with Echo.
Okay. I was thinking I'm just going to have to do like VOR Airways or something, but fly radials. Let me see where Rosa is. So we've got
Alpha 214 left, Skyhawk 123 Papa Whiskey.
OSI, Victor 87, SG, D, Victor 108,
approach 128.1,
ROZZA, 494 to ENI.
Salt Lake approach, hello there, Walker 380, 18.6 for
oh, good call.
In a frenzy. We have Charlie, take ILS 34 right from Plague.
It's Santa Rosa.
Walker 380, Salt Lake approach, thanks for all, altimeter 2986, descend via the Quinn 5 arrival, and expect.
So what if I put
86 descend via the Quinn 5, we'll expect it, Walker 380.
Instead of using this fix, I wonder if this Santa Rosa, I wonder if that will work. Let's see what happens. Let me save that. And we'll put STS.
Last calling's unreadable.
Nope, didn't like that at all.
Point Tower Skyhawk 123 Papa Whiskey, ready for departure 14 left.
I'm not sure why your first calls are unreadable, but yeah, they've been bad. November 123 Papa Whiskey, Boeing Tower, only 14 left, cleared for takeoff, wind 190.06.
14 left, clear for takeoff. Skyhawk 123 Papa Whiskey, my calls are bad?
If you're the one that's calling me and I'm telling you that that call is unreadable, whatever call that is, yes, it's unreadable that first time you're trying to reach me.
So I could use STS.
Okay, no, I think you were talking to someone else then.
Roger.
Because that is directly over the airport, so I think that is a good fix. Coast Pilot, good call. So if all I got to do is, if the only thing I have to do is worry about this waypoint, I need to click off of it first. So we've got basically 3 VORs I can use. So he was tricking me out because I don't think 494 works off of, we're going to try it, but I'm going to substitute these airways. Actually, let me see here. So Skaggs Island, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I can use my load airway to, what is it, Victor 108. And does that go to STS? Yeah, I think it does. And then from STS, if I load an airway to 494, that will take me to E&E. I'll be darned. Okay. So let me start this over so you guys can see. So I'm going to do exactly what you said, Coast Pilot. In Sky Vector, you trust. The problem is I'm using the real SimGear, Reality XP GTN. So the Eric is like 6 months behind. So I think this fix is probably pretty new. I don't know how you can tell, like, how old the fix is, but I know what to do now.
Radar contact. Climb and maintain 3,000.
Climb and maintain 3,000, Sky 123 Papa Whiskey.
Hopefully that won't screw up the GTN again. Okay. Alright, so to make it, he could have just given me that VOR and it would have worked. Skaggs. So we're gonna do Skaggs Island, and we're gonna load the airway of 108, and we're gonna take that to Santa Rosa, and we're gonna load that, and then from Santa Rosa we're gonna load an airway, which is Victor 494 to Mendocino, and then direct to Little River. And I know that the Little River has an RNAV approach that you would typically cross. Mendocino, I don't know, MEA is 5,200, so we'll just say 6,000 for Mendocino. 6,000, save. All right, that'll work. Jeez. I need to write down on my notes here Rosa to see if it shows up the next time I update this GTN. And then I'll make a note, use STS in lieu of Rosa, just in case he gives me this flight plan again in the future, which he very well could. Okay. I'm gonna go back over to Unicom. Flight plan is entered. Transponder is what is it? 3066. Well, that made it interesting. That trying to make that all work. Autopilot 4000 initial set, and windshield anti-ice is on. We'll check the prop de-icing auto. Prop de-ice is in the green. Turn it back off. Amps are back down. All good. We'll do a surface de-ice test. So for that, we'll turn off those. We'll go full power. And then we'll do a manual check for wing de-ice and then tail de-ice. There's the tail. Back off to power. Now we're going to do a ground idle test. And this is the test that always gets mixed up if you move the props to the forward position before removing the covers. Make sure your props are feathered position before you remove covers. Otherwise, these tests will get screwed up. I have learned. Seems curious that he give you a fix rather than a VOR, but maybe he was thinking this will mess with the plan, with my plan. Probably, especially if he knows that, if he knew that that fix is new, but he wouldn't. I mean, if I was running anything other than this third-party GTN software, I would have not had an issue. I wonder if I could make a user named waypoint. I'm not sure how I'd go about doing that. All right, ground idle test. So we're going to click and hold. We're going to bring up our power to 15. And then when I let go, it should go back to idle on its own. Yep. So that's going back on its own. I'm not moving the throttle, and I'm going to move it. We're going to bump it back up. And now we're going to do a feather test. So we got AFX lights. We're going to feather the left. Good feather. Get this engine stable. We'll feather the right. And 2 good feather tests. Go ahead and arm the system. And we are at sea level, so we can do a 500 foot check. 500 below, we'll do a test. Got 1,000 foot descent on the cabin right there, so cabin is pressurized, and we're going up to 200. So we'll set it for 21. Put the dot at 10 o'clock for a 500 foot per minute climb cabin rate. And we're running off of aux fuel, so we are fine. Aux fuel is for all this ground ops stuff. This is actually my calculated flight planning fuel. Taxi light on, Reco light on, auto ignition on.
Half moon bay weather. Wind 350 at 7, gust 12. Visibility 5. Sky conditions 31,500 scattered. Temperature 2.6.
Gusting to 12. 350. Gusting to 12. So
Wind 350 at 7, gust 12.
Let's refresh. Because we're going to have to use runway 30 with that kind of winds, and then we'll just do left downwind departure to Woodside VOR. since we're in visual conditions, we could get out of here safely. Plus, left turn over the water is generally pretty safe. There's no departure for it, but we'll just say we're ready for departure. So he doesn't care how we get to Woodside as long as we go to Woodside. So we'll put this in beta. And we'll go ahead and squawk mode Charlie. Rudder boost is on. Trim is set. Do wiper check. And we'll do the weather radar when we're in the air. All right. And we're gonna have to do runway 30. So we're gonna follow our little map to 30. Half Moon Bay traffic, King Air 139, taxiing the runway 30, Half Moon Bay traffic. Coming up to Copland up here. Check our flight controls. We got good on the left, good on the right. Here's Copland. I would assume that, I mean, that is a ton of police cars and helicopters. All right, auto ignition is on. I already checked the fuel. We're good there. Runway 30 is a right turn. Come up here. 3066. Trimmed for takeoff, and we'll do pitot, stall warning. We'll do landing lights, strobes. And we'll go back to the phone call, let them know we are ready for departure. Glad you helped me out with that, Coast Pilot. I was about ready to fly Slant Alpha. That would have sucked. All right, where are we at? NorCal departure, King Air 1399, number 1 for departure, Half Moon Bay.
Number 139er NorCal departure, release for departure, now clearance is void if not off by 1905 Zulu, time now 1858. If off the next 7 minutes, call back within 10 from now with your intentions. Break exchange approved.
9 in the air in 7 minutes, call back within 10 with intentions, frequency change approved, 1399. Alright, so we're going to go back to CTAF, and our departure frequency is 135.1. So we'll get 135.1 set. And we're going to take this out of beta. We're going to do prop sync on. And blinkies are ready. Clear right. Clear left. Half Moon Bay traffic, King Air 139 taking off runway 30 for a left downwind departure, Half Moon Bay traffic. Alright, we're gonna do condition full, props are full, engines 50%, stable.
Auto feather lights on. Airspeed alive. 60 knots. V1. Rotate. V2. Positive rate. Gear up. Attitudes check. Gear indicates up.
Flaps out.
Flaps indicates up.
And so we're gonna go heading mode. Do heading, trim for AOA there. Trying to get this to go the way I want it to go. Let's do direct to Woodside, activate, and nav, and we'll switch to departure. NorCal departure, King Air 1399er, passing 3,600 for 4,000 on course.
Number 139er NorCal departure, radar contact 10 miles west of the Woodside VOR, San Francisco, altimeter 3009er.
3009er, 1399. Back off the props a little bit.
And November 139er, turn left heading 010 vector, San Francisco VOR, climb and maintain 6,000.
Left turn 010, vectors for San Francisco VOR, climb maintain 6,000, 1399er. 6,000.
King Air 139er, when able, proceed direct San Francisco, climb and maintain 7,000.
When able, clear direct San Francisco VOR, climb maintain 7,000, 1399er. 7,000.
123 Papa Whiskey, no traffic observed between you and Bremerton Airport. Report cancellation of IFR or Mr. Approach along this frequency. Cancel on the ground within 5 minutes of landing on 122.2.
San Francisco, activate.
Alright,
nav.
Advisory, and we'll cancel when we can. Sky 3 Papa Whiskey.
Wow. He sure is making this a challenging departure, isn't he? It's cool though, very cool. Alright, let me try to get this climbing again. Alright, so we are direct to San Francisco. He's giving me a run for my money today, isn't he? I like it when he does it though. When he makes things challenging, switches things up, adds a little bit more to it. Alright, we are at 7,000. He's probably going to keep us around 7,000 through the San Francisco airspace. Keep our landing lights on because we're below 10,000 and we want to be as visible. Turn on the ice light while I'm at it. And we'll keep the auto feather light. We'll keep auto feather and auto ignition and all that stuff on for right now. Seatbelts will remain on. It's kind of a little choppy here anyway. Yell damper is on.
Number 1399er, climb and maintain flight level 190.
Climb maintain flight level 190, 1399er. 190, so we're gonna do 19. We're gonna do vertical speed. And then I can pull back on the AOA. That way we can climb at 3,000 feet per minute until we shed some speed, and then we'll go to climb mode after that. So I have a button that I use to hold the AOA. Was San Fran even in your plan? Yes. Yeah, it was on the plan. It was actually on an airway. Let me see here. It's part of Victor 87. So it actually Victor 87 goes from Woodside and then it turns at San Francisco to go it that way. Oh shit, I am stalling out. Alright, we are high enough now that we can get some power that way. And we'll leave that off. And let me go to climb mode. NorCal approach, King Air 1399. Can I step away for 2 minutes?
King Air 1399er, that's approved. When you come back, contact Oakland Center on 132.2.
132.2 for Oakland when I come back. 1399, thanks. 132.2, right back. Where are we at? Alright, good. Increase my torque a little bit.
Gale approach Skyhawk 123 Papa
Go
Whiskey.
132.
3 Papa Whiskey, receive, thanks. So squawk and maintain VFR. And free change for back ready.
1322. Swap that over. Oakland Center, King Air 1399, 15,600, climbing flight level 190.
The 139er, Oakland Center, climb and maintain flight level 200.
Climb maintain flight level 200, 1399. Alright, 200. You can turn that off for right now. Yeah, I had to run to the bathroom, and I didn't really need to until my dog started crying because he wanted to go out. So I was like, whatever. I guess I'll kill 2 birds and let a dog out at one time. Let's see what I missed here, Co-pilot. So yeah, Mr. Marcus is fighting off some boredom, it would seem. I think so. I think so. It's been challenging in the cockpit, but I haven't screwed anything up yet. I almost stalled. It's because I was multitasking, which I'm not very good at. So go to 92. But yeah, I like it when they throw curveballs at me, and Marcus does it from time to time, and what is his name? Hawker Driver. I can't remember his real name, but he does it too sometimes to make things interesting. Let's sync up the heading bug. Cabin pressure, which should be climbing. Cabin pressure is fine. There's no icing on the wings. It's 6 degrees. Cabin temp, it's nice 70 degrees in here. Engine ice is off. Landing lights are off. Cabin pressure did all that. And weather radar. Where's the weather radar again? Want the radar button. Put that to map mode. And then we'll go test. And then we'll do weather. Tilt is auto, that's fine. The range is actually, this is the range. It's part of the mod. So we got 2 miles, I think. There's 5 miles weather. But we'll keep it on that for right now. And see how sideways we're flying because the winds are 60 knot from the side. We'll straighten out though as we get faster. It's crazy. It's crazy.
November 139er, descend at pilot's discretion to maintain 10,000, the Ukiah altimeter 3004.
Descend pilot discretion, maintain 10,000, tree 004, 1399. 10,000, 04. So, do we have a top of descent yet? Let's see. Add a little bit of torque here. Back off our props. Back off our condition. Actually gives us some more power, strangely enough. It's returning more into the wind now, so let's take off, cruise. It's not too bad up here, so we'll turn the seat belts off. And let's see what our VNAV shows. We got 5 minutes. We automatically default to 1500 feet per minute. So top of descent at 1500 feet per minute is 6 minutes. Come back here. Give this guy a table, give these ladies a table and an iPad. She's got an iPhone. Looking at some crazy weather ahead of us apparently. Wouldn't that be cool if that was like actual radar from the sim? Alright, cruise power is set. No. We can do LRR. Is that right? Guess not. K LLR Little River update. So we got a few at 38, scattered at 47. So we'll do the RNAV approach from Mendocino. After Mendocino, actually Mendocino is the initial approach fix, I believe. Approach, RNAV, and airport. So Mendocino VOR is out yonder. Has an MEA of 52. And then MEV, final approach fix, 31. So that would be our approach. And the elevation is 573. And he said 3004. Let me see what Little Rivers. It's 3004, close enough. So we'll say plus 400 plus the field. So field's 570 plus 400. So we'll say around that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll say 1,000 foot. 1,000 foot cabin pressure on our way down. And AWAS 121.
Aircraft trying to reach Colorado Springs. If you're approaching from outside the airspace, you need to contact
12. 2112 is AWAS. Sync up the heading bug. And the winds are right down the runway right now, so that's cool. Looking at my laptop to figure that one out. Missed approach, procedure. Try to stay ahead of this. Since we're going to be flying it, I'm probably going to cancel the IFR. If I can get low enough to see what I'm doing, I'll probably cancel before I land. But if I can't cancel before I land, then it would be climbing left turn. So we're going to go missed climbing the 6,000 direct to
vertical track.
A maker. All right, we just got a vertical track, so we'll go down to 10,000. And we'll hit vertical speed.
Welcome to the party, pal!
Take out some of the power so we don't overfly this. Going down to 10.
Okay, so if you want to get into Colorado Springs, I need to know who you are, what you are, where you are, and verify with the ATIS.
Chaz Flies follow the channel. Hey buddy, thanks for the follow. Welcome aboard. Welcome to our little group of misfits. I'm not a busy streamer, but
What are you? Your altitude.
I have a few guys that hang out with me on Mondays, so the more the merrier.
Okay, Hawk 5902, squawk.
When I say busy, I'm not like an entertainer like some of these streamers are. I'm not very good at that, but I try to help people out with questions and fly real world stuff as much as I can. Oakland Center, King Air 1399 is leaving 200.
King Air 1399, roger. Advise with the weather for Little River.
Current with weather at Little River. Request the RNAV 29 approach from the Mendocino VOR.
1399, roger. Scout 5902, radar contact 17 miles to the southeast.
30-4.
Thanks for Juliet, altimeter 2960.
And we need to set the pressure for 1,000 cabin. So we'll bring that down to 1,000 feet, which will start the cabin rate dropping at 600 feet per minute. So that will bring things down. Altimeters are set.
King Air 1399 across cross the Mendocino VOR at or above 8,000, then clear the RNAV runway 29 approach into Little River.
Cross Mendocino VOR at or above 8,000, cleared RNAV 29 approach in the Little River 1399. Okay, so we can actually go down to 8,000. Stop it at 9. Stand to have a little bit more, and that's fine. We should break out though at like, see it's scattered at 5,000 AGL. So at like 4,500 we should is it 500? So 7,000's broken, scattered at 5. So we should break out somewhere around 5,000–6,000 feet. Should like close enough. So we got Mendocino, and that's just going direct, so I need to actually punch in an approach. So I'm gonna do procedure. Oh yeah, it doesn't work when I'm this. It's so weird. If I zoom in close, it won't do it. But if I zoom out and go procedure, I can use my touchscreen. It's so weird. Approach RNAV 29 from E&E, and I'm just going to load it for right now. once I get direct to once I'm direct to Mendocino, then we'll go off this way. So I got it loaded. I want to be direct foist. And the altimeter, let me see if I can get that yet. No. No AWAS at Little River yet. 121.12. And Unicom. Little River is 122.7. So let's do 122.7. Have that on the ready for talking to anyone that's at the airport. In the real world, I would be monitoring 122.7 right now just to see how many people are in the pattern and so on. Performance is only off by like a couple things, so I'm just going to do the weight of 12.6 and we'll set the markers for that. The weight is the most important for that, as I have found out. You can enter in the rest of it, but the weight is the most important for getting your VREF. It's the main thing. These don't ever really change. Alright, we're coming down past 10, so we're going to turn on some lenticeros devices, and we'll turn on some auto feathers, check our lights, make sure everything stays out. Everything stays out. I have a good feeling we will break out in time. Come back here, and no more tables for you. We gotta turn on the seatbelt sign for our guests. Seatbelt signs are on. They're all buckled up. Like I said, it was at or above 8,000, so it looks like we are direct to Mendocino. So I can go, let me see, home, flight plan, approach, activate approach, and that just activates the approach part of this. So we don't have to do anything. All right, it's at or above 8,000, so after Mendocino, we can go down to Savo, which is 5,200. So we'll just reset for 52.
That's 502. Do you have the airport in sight?
Curious what my top of descent's showing right now. My top of descent's in a minute for Savo at 5,200. So I'll just descend after Mendocino.
Vertical track.
Alright, top of descent, so we'll start on our way down to 8,000. And then we'll drop it again to 52, because we have to step it down. See if we can get AWAS yet. Nope, no AWAS. Landing lights are on, seatbelts are on, auto ignition are on. We'll work out the flaps and everything when we get a little bit closer.
Fuel's in sight, yeah.
Cabin pressure is dropping.
592, contact Springs Tower 119.9. With your call sign, please.
Coming up to Mendocino, so we can. So we got out capture, so we'll take this down to 52. So we're crossing over Mendocino, so we'll drop down to 52. Actually, give ourselves a little bit of a cushion there. So 52, and then after Savo, we have almost 10 miles to go down to 31 at Meve, at which point we'll have vertical guidance. Minimums is we're LP, so 400 radar, 980, so we'll just bump that up to 1,000. We should have the airport at 1,000 feet, otherwise we'll fly the mist. Pretty sure we'll have the airport though, because we're breaking out about the time that I thought we would. I'll reset the, we'll reload the weather, make sure everything looks according to the weather stations. As you can see that it's 5,200 at Savo, so we're doing 53 to play it safe. I'll just wait for Marcus to hand me off unless I get within final approach fix, which is Meve, and Meve is 6 miles to the threshold, so. Alright, so the next one after...
139er, no traffic observed between you and the airport. Report cancellation of IFR on Mr. Approach, airborne this frequency. Traffic cancel on the ground within 5 minutes of landing on 122.2. Frequency change approved.
You can cancel IFR at this time. King Air 1399, thank you.
King Air 1399, IFR cancellation received. Radar service terminated. Squawk and maintain VFR. Frequency change is approved.
Squawk and maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. 1399, we'll see you. Alright, so we're going to go to CTAF. And we're going to squawk 1200. And you're turning inbound. So let me see, the next one is Savo. Neve is 31. Neve is 31. Yeah, 31 for Neve. We've left Savo. Little River traffic, King Air 1399er. Established on the RNAV 29, about 10 miles out, full stop, Little River traffic. Alright, auto ignition lights. When we get to 31, we'll arm the approach mode. I have a field, so we're good there. Let me see. So once I level out at 31, we'll go approach mode, and then we can start getting things configured. Alright, altitude capture, arming VNAV path.
Flaps up.
Do 1 notch of flaps. I need to adjust my track IR a little bit more. Okay. So that is fine. I'm gonna get a VNAV. Little River traffic, King Air 139, straight in, 6 mile final, runway 29er, Little River traffic. Alright, we're gonna do condition, prop, full. Here comes the glide path. It's not a glide slope. Glide slope is for precision approaches on ILS. This is non-precision LPV approach. It's a glide path, gear traveling. See what the exact weather is 300 at 7. It's not too bad. All right, so let me go flaps full. Yeah, it's pretty much right down the runway. The winds still not picking up AWAS. You know, I think I have a custom. I think this is a custom Little River. That's probably why I'm not getting any frequency. I have to update.
1,000 feet to minimums.
Have to update all that. All right, so we've got. All right, my track IR is going crazy. 3 green. Flaps are good. We have the field, so we'll go ahead and turn off the autopilot. Just
1,000 feet to minimums.
And flyer in. What's safe around here? Just say 3,000. Okay. Little River traffic, King Air 139er. I'm going to be doing a touch and go for left traffic, Little River.
500 feet to minimums.
So I'm just going to do a touch and go
200
instead.
feet to minimums. 100 feet to minimums. Minimums.
Just do a left pattern, come back in. Keep her steady.
Yep. 100 feet.
Wind's pretty much straight down the runway.
50 feet.
All right. It's full. Gear up. Flaps out.
Gear indicates up.
We're climbing. Remain suspended, that's fine.
Flaps indicates up.
Uh-oh. We got a fire. Got a fire. All right. Fire, we got fire. Autopilot is off. I'm gonna maintain blue line. We're gonna stay out over the water. That should be safe in case we need to ditch. So we're gonna have to get ready to step on the ball. So first thing I need to do is open that. Fuel cut off. Prop just died. We got full power. Discharge. Step on the ball. Don't want to over torque the engine, the good engine. We stay at blue line, be all right. Engine's feathered. And we'll stay around 2,700 feet. Get cleaned up. Fire's out. Alright, so I want to take that off. Make sure that is off and fuel cut off. And then we're going to trim. This track IR is pissing me off now. Alright, that's a little bit better. I still need more. And I still need more on the rudder. Trying to get that ball centered. Can't go above 3,000 because we're VFR. Okay. Ball's almost centered. A little bit more. Do I have trim? Yes, I do have trim. So I can do a little bit more banking action there. All right, let's clear those cautions out. Turn off the auto ignition on that one. Little River traffic, King Air 1399. Left downwind, runway 29er. I've got a engine out. Be making emergency landing, Little River traffic. All right. It's gonna be interesting. Ball's kind of centered, good enough. So I have to keep my hand on the throttle here. The old damper's off, that's fine. So come back in here. Take out some of the power. Drop the gear at, let me get a little bit lower. This thing's tricky to maneuver. I need to add a little bit of rudder. Little River traffic, King Air 1399er. Engine out, turning final, runway 29er, Little River traffic. Okay. Overshot, that's okay.
1,000 feet to minimum.
180 knots, we're going to lower the gear, help slow us down. Still got one good engine, so. One notch of flaps. Full flaps. Prop is full.
Feet to minimums. Feet to minimums. 200 feet to minimums. 100 feet to minimums. Minimums.
I know the behavior of this airplane is going to switch on me as soon as I let off the power. Because it's a little bit one-sided right now. Gears down. We're good.
100 feet. 50 feet.
Alright, so we're looking at brakes. And I'm not doing reversers because that'll be a little one-sided, so we'll just use brakes. Alright. Flaps up.
Knots.
And I don't know where there's an exit up here. I guess I would stop on the actual runway right here if this was a real fire trucks. I don't know, this place doesn't have fire trucks. I just have to break out the fire extinguisher, I guess, if it was still on fire. Alright, so we can turn off that auto ignition. We can turn off the lights. Actually, we'll leave those. Alright, so I wasn't really watching chat for any of that, obviously. We're all counting on you. Heavens to Betsy. I've only practiced that one time before I did a stream with it. So that was only my second time dealing with a engine out scenario. So I had the steps wrote down on my laptop next to me on like what to do. So I wasn't very fast at it, but I still got it done. Got down to one, got down safely. So that was one of the reasons I blocked what I was doing when I was getting the flight set up. So you guys couldn't see what I was doing because I was up here. You go to edit failures. I went to engines and I set it for Control F. Try killing an engine on takeoff. That's some pucker factor. Yeah, that's what I was doing. That's why I planned to do it this way on a touch and go. But, I played it off like, you guys, I knew what was going to happen, but you guys didn't. So I changed it to a touch and go. That way, the auto feather system I knew would be fully operational. I looked because both the AFX lights were going when I did the touch and go. And then when I got to like 1,000 feet or so, I think that's when I hit the Control F, and that's what caused the engine fire. And then as soon as I hit this fuel cutoff, that's when the engine died, and then that's when the auto feather kicked in and feathered the prop, so I didn't have the extra drag. And then I hit the discharge. And then after you do that, that's when you have to get everything trimmed out for level flight. So that way you can just control the descent with one engine. Oh yeah, you did, didn't you? Yep. Yeah, that's why I wanted to do the touch and go. I actually had thought about, I was like, I don't want to do it on a takeoff. Like my initial thought to do the stream was I would just do I would tell you guys I was going to do a second flight and do the engine failure on the second flight. And I may end up doing that sometime, but I want to do this a little bit more practice before I do that on a second flight scenario, because the second flight scenario would obviously be taken right back off. What I would do is I would probably just do it on a towered airport, PilotEdge towered airport, and then tell the tower that I want to stay in the pattern and I want to do like closed traffic or something. So after I land, I would say, can I taxi back to the, runway to take off for closed traffic? So, the controller won't know what I'm planning to do. And, you guys might know this won't happen anytime in the next few weeks, but I think that's what I'll do is that way I have the takeoff part of it at a towered airport, but I'm definitely not going to do it at a towered airport until I feel pretty comfortable with it. And I knew this was a safe airport to do it because I could go right out over the water and I didn't have to worry about mountains. So yeah, I did kind of plan this ahead. Because Pilot says, when I tried this same scenario, I could barely control it. Yeah, so the first thing you do when you hit the fuel cutoff is you stomp on the ball. So the ball went to the right. So I immediately, hit like full right. Oh, it doesn't show very well, but I hit full right rudder when I hit the closed, and that helped keep the plane straight. And then my track IR was messing me up. So then once I got that set, then I was trimming the aileron and the rudder tab, because you trim the rudder so that way the ball is in the middle. That way you're flying normal, or coordinated, I guess that's called, coordinated flight. And then once the ball is centered by trimming the rudder, then you can fine tune your elevator, I mean not your elevator, your ailerons left and right to get that to match. And I like doing the engine 1 fire just because I can see the prop. Well, I guess I might do the right engine fire next time, because this is twice now I've done the left, so I might do a right engine fire next time. But it definitely is a challenge. Like, it definitely wants to bank heavy. And I will definitely be practicing on these CTAF airports way before I try this on a towered airport with a controller.
Disconnected.
Disconnect, and the engine ice is off. That's fine. Pitot heat. I turned off the auto ignition when I had that, so I wouldn't have any sparks. You don't know if it's like a fuel leak or whatever that would cause an engine fire, so you just don't want any spark. Let's come over here. Our bleed air is 0. Oh, the other thing I was going to do that I did forget, I need to make a better checklist for engine fire, is I was going to put on the mask to simulate smoke in the cockpit. So I think I'll do that next time. I need to add it to my checklist. Because without visually seeing smoke, my brain didn't register to do that for you guys, but I'll try to make a note of that next time. And would you say here, I hit the fill right after leaving the ground and raised the gear. I need more practice. Yeah, so I do it by keyboard command. So once I'm at an altitude that I'm comfortable with, then I just trigger it by doing left control F, Foxtrot on the keyboard. And that's what caused the engine fire to go off. So, instead of doing like an altitude or time or whatever, just set up a key command to do it. That way you can do it when you feel comfortable. And then, as you build confidence, then you can do it at lower altitudes, like just after you raise the gear, because that would be a pucker factor. The plane does want to bank on all that, so. Passengers had a little heart attack, I guess, there. I'll turn off the oxygen. Prop sync. And we'll turn off our radios. All right. Now we'll see how we did on the replay of the landing.
$60 knots.
I was wondering if that propeller was going to show. That's pretty cool.
Feet. 50 feet.
Definitely not my best landing, but all things considered.
Attitudes check.
Let's see, altitude is apparently 80,000 feet. half this time I'm like messing with the, so you can see I'm doing right rudder. I'm not doing that right now, but trying to keep that balanced. This is our replay. I wonder if they don't turn or something. Those might not be illustrated in the replay, the actual trim knobs, because that looks normal. Of course, I've never looked at the replay on this either, so. Definitely rolling around like crazy.
Flaps up. Gear indicates up. Flaps indicates up.
But
Gear
yeah,
indicates up.
try it like I did, you know,
Flaps
just
indicates up.
do a normal flight, have fun, and then just do a touch and go. I kind of like that. That's a good way to practice and still not mess up your flight. You still get a good landing in, you know? Let me turn off the power. We'll go. Beach 1900s over there, I think. Maybe that's a Saab. I don't know. Anyway, cool. That was entertaining. Even with kind of a weird changing winds, but we did it. In the real world, Alaska pilots are voting to authorize a strike today. Oh no. The bouts go out today. They're counting on the 29th or thereabouts. Well, that's going to make things difficult. That's the thing about those unions. They can do that stuff. I've always been in government work, so there's no such thing as a union. All right. That's why the AWAS wasn't working. It's custom airport. It's very outdated custom airport. Good times, guys. Appreciate you hanging out with me, as always. And we'll see if I do a random stream later this week, as I usually do. So I'll catch you later this week, or my normal stream time next Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern, same bat time, same bat channel. Y'all take care. See you soon. Chase out.
Descending via the clash, landing north information kilo.
Skywest 6521, never approach, plan visible approach, runway 35 left and vectors final.
35 left and vectors to final, Skywest 5521. Traffic inside, maintain 9000, Skywest 5264. We'll follow him and continue to 35 left.
Tower 35.3, United 2151.
776, we're giving you everything we got, Cap. We're giving you 150.
120.8.
20.8, Skyward 5272, have a nice day.
Yep.
Good afternoon, Skyward 5272, leaving 14,800 beyond the Clash 4, we have Lima.
Okay, RNAV Zulu 34 right, United 1948.
1948 moderate turbulence starts just below flight level 180, and then out of 13,000 be light down below that.
Through flight level 180.